G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. It's wave day and I am testing another new resin today. I am going to try this one, Promise. It has promised to do waves nicely, so we'll see. Promise Tabletop Epoxy. That's part A. Part B is on the shelf. It's just a 1-to-1. And I am also going to use the Eye Candy Satori white with that. So we're just going to see what happens. Now the Promise has got 40-minute work time, so 40. So I'm going to wait maybe 20 minutes. We'll see. We'll see. I did find out in my previous video, if you watched that, of those 4 square coasters I did, that if the resin is too thick, you get really small cells. So yeah, did not know that. So I might not wait so long, but we'll see. From the time I put the colour down. All right. So at the moment it's 11:45. So I'm going to do, I think I'll do 10% today. It's just easier. So I put 10 grams of the resin. There we go. 10 grams in there. And 1 gram in here. Zero that. Give it a bit of a stir. I don't know that things actually separate in the paste because it's such a thick paste. I don't know how things can separate, but just to be on the safe side. Okay, 1 gram. We'll just drizzle that in. 0.2. 0.4. If I put too much in, then I've got to go digging it out. Okay, 1. Look at that. 1 gram. So there's probably more on the stick here as well. So probably just I'll just give that a wipe with some paper towel, because I don't want to do any more than 1 gram because I want to see our calculations work. All right, so we'll put the scale away. It's just a little jewellery scale. My regular scale for weighing resin and silicone is not accurate enough for these small amounts. Okay, I'll come back and stir that later as well. So what I'm going to do, this is just a board. It's black on one side, timber on the other. Getting white on it. Because it's a grain, the resin, unless you seal the whole thing first, the resin sort of follows that line, those little lines, which I'm okay with. At the moment, you know, I'm still just practicing. So it's not like I'm selling them or anything. So I don't mind if it runs a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is just pour on some clear resin. That was a lot. Didn't mean for it to be that much. Okay, so now what I do is I want to just tip like that, because I find it gives me some nice little natural, au naturel wave lines there. And then I might bring this one down a bit. So I'll keep that, bring this down a bit, keep that, bring that down a bit. Just try to make it sort of look as kind of natural as possible. Like so. We've got a bit much here. Okay, so then what I've got left in my, I'm just going to clean the resin off my gloves here. So what I've got left in my little cup, I thought I would try an opaque blue. This is from Resin. I haven't used it for many years. Oh, okay, it's still okay. It's still okay, but you can see it's starting to separate there, the oil. Give it a stir. If I open a little paste like this, pigment paste and it's got quite thick. I'll actually just pop it in the microwave for 5 seconds or 10 seconds, depending on how bad it is. Probably should have used my other stick because I want to use this one. So I want it really quite transparent. I'll just clean off that stick there. I want it quite transparent. I'm not sure exactly if an opaque paste will make any difference, but I just want it really pale because I've done a lot of sort of greeny dark blue, and I thought, oh, let's try something different this time. That looks really pretty, doesn't it? So I can do shades of that as we go up a little bit darker. So I'll keep that, and then maybe next time I can use this again. Well, not the same one, but it's warming up already. And then just add a little bit of something else to it. So I'm keeping quite a long, or quite a wide area of that clear because I want to have the wave here going over the timber so it looks like sand, and then getting to this. Because sometimes I do such a small line of clear, you can't actually see anything else. Can't see the sand. I mixed up, gosh, I'm trying to think, it was a whole 5 minutes ago. Oh my gosh. I think I did, yeah, 50 of A and 45 of B. Didn't think I needed a lot. I better not touch that bit there because I always ruin it by putting resin on it. We'll spread this out. I can feel it's getting warm already. I hope this works. I've tried quite a few combinations of different resins and different pastes now. Haven't really found one that I love and I want to use repeatedly. I probably, I've got my sort of top 2 favorites so far, but I'm still looking for that sweet spot. So maybe this. I bought the Promise resin on Amazon. I see people using all sorts of resins, but a lot of them I can't get because I'm in Australia, but I did manage to get Promise on, I think it was the US Amazon store. Okay, you can still see the grain through there a little bit as well, which is nice. Might blend that even more actually. There's no reason why I can't blend that in there a little bit. Okay, I think that's a decent amount on there. It's a 30 centimeter wide, so 12-inch board. Yeah, and it took about 100 grams, so just over 3 ounces. And obviously when you do your next wave, it's starting up high, you don't need quite so much. I need to clean my hands again. I use this. It's a soap dispenser, except I just put my hand under there, and it gives me a shot of alcohol. I just did it again when I was putting it away. No, and then yeah, I just find that really easy because I don't have to touch anything with sticky hands. I just put my hand under it. Gives me some isopropyl, and then I can clean my gloves off, and then I can pick up my torch. You don't want to be picking up your torch with sticky resin hands. Get those bubbles out. Alright, so now it is 5 to 11. And I know I did wait a little while already, but I'm going to just... Look, I don't know. This is still quite runny. We'll give it 15 minutes and I'll come back, so 12:10. Alrighty, it is almost 10 past. Give this another little stir there. Still feels relatively thin, but I can see it's leaving like a mound on a mound, thickening up. All right. And it doesn't have too much of an odor either. There's some resins, as soon as you open the bottle, you think, oh my gosh, I can't use this, and you get an instant headache. This one's okay, not too bad. Now, let's just, I want to put this on the dry section. I'll come back and add another little bit, but I'll just do that. I find if I don't put it on the dry section, when I blow the white, if the white's sitting on top, it just moves. It just goes, and then you're left with no white. It just all flies over the top. I'm going to make sure that the white is touching the clear. I think I want quite a thick line because it's a bigger piece. When I was doing my little coasters, I only had a very thin line, but I think I need a thicker line. I'm trying to get like a frothy, sort of a nice thick frothy edge, and then have the rest go up. So how's that looking? I think that's enough. Let's just torch that to get the bubbles out. Oh, I'm always nervous at this point. All right, so I'm just using my old heat gun. I've got the concentrator nozzle on. I've got low and high. I'm just going to do high and just kind of spread it. I'm going to try and keep the white line at the bottom if I can. I don't know. You have all these ideas of what you want to do, but once you start, it's like it all goes out the window. You just do what you can do, really. Hold it as horizontal as possible to get the white skimming across the top of the resin. I don't want it sinking down. I don't want to overheat it because then the white paste will drop. There we go. Wish me luck. Seem to be blowing it very far at this stage. And we'll just do this to kind of open it up a bit. I don't know what happened here. Probably because I was aiming this way. I need to aim that way to do that. And then straight, and then aim this way to do that. So anyway, it's too late now. Can't go back and do it. Once you've gone over once, that's it. All right. Well, I don't have any cells straight off the bat, but let's do some torching and see if any will come up with the heat. I haven't used these two products together before, so I don't know what it's going to do. If anything, getting a few cells, but they're very small. Like maybe the resin's just too thick, maybe. It didn't feel too thick. All right, turn that off. Put that away. Let's tilt this and see if I can open some of these cells up a little bit. The only issue with tilting is the resin's all gone that way, and as soon as you put the board back, it comes back this way. So I think if you're going to do that, put something underneath. Otherwise, they're just going to come back and then they're going to go like that, your cells. Well, that's a bit disappointing. I see other people using these and they have really nice big cells. Maybe I didn't need to wait. That's okay. I will continue with this board because, you know, I want to finish it. I think next time, look, I'm going to use the same two products again. And maybe next time I won't wait, and also I'll drop the white paste back to 5%, okay? So this whole board will be a bit of an experiment with the Promise and the Satori white. Not really moving. Maybe it was a bit thick. See, I see other people wait for half the time of the work time of the resin, so I think I'll do that too, because I'm new to resin. I'm learning by watching the others, and that's what they do, so I figured that's what I'll do. But next time we won't wait. We'll make the white paste 5% instead of 10%, and we'll just see if we get a better effect. How's that sound? I don't know whether it's, I don't think it's got anything to do with the white, the blue being an opaque, because there's no blue down here. Maybe I've just got too much white. Too much white and too heavy. Like, we've got some nice sort of cells happening there. Those are nice. But yeah, maybe just too much white. Too much white. Yeah. All right. We'll go again. We'll get there. Hopefully you guys are learning something about waves as well along the way. All right. See you soon for the next wave. Okay, now hate is a strong word, but I hated it, so I've scraped it. And now I'm going to go again. I have got some more of the Promise resin in there. And I'm going to, I'll use the same white. I keep saying Satori. Satori. Where do I get Satori from? But anyway, now let's do 10 grams. Oops, there we go, 10, oops, that's 11. We'll take a tiny bit out. 10 grams and zero it. And then, because I'm only doing 5%, I need 0.5 of a gram. Just drizzle that in there. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened with that last one. Just did not work for me at all, did it? Nope. Okay, swipe that off. All right. Oh gosh, sticky. All right, so that's my 5% in there. I'll stir that in a minute. And I'll just pour. Do you think it makes a difference if you pour the clear on now or whether you pour the clear on later? Does it make any difference? Like, I really don't know. Let me do it now. Like, it's still going to make a barrier. Like, the whole idea of the clear is to stop your white from going blue or from whatever color you've got down there. So I need it to come down to this white line here. So we'll just leave it for now, because I don't want it to go past the white line. My little cups back. Yes, I don't know whether you're supposed to put the clear down now or when you do your white. And is there a difference? Does anybody know? All right, let's put some of this in. A little bit of this, and a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. Who likes the chicken song? Me! Oh, okay, I'm getting distracted now. Okay, so that is the turquoise blue from Lorez. Where's my lid? There. Might need a bit more, we'll see. So I mixed up 100 grams of A, sorry, no I didn't, I've got about 100 grams total. 50 grams of A and about 45 grams of B. So it's a pale sort of bluey colour, very different from all my others, which are quite dark. I think that looks pretty. Okay, so I'm going to lay this down and then I am going to wait for 15 minutes. It's pretty hot in my studio at the moment. It's 27 degrees. I was angry with it, so I thought I'm not going back in there to do it. So I turned off the air conditioner and turned off the lights, and then I went and had some lunch and then calmed down and then came back and said, right, let's try this again. So I've had to put the air conditioner back on now, but it's hot. So instead of leaving it for half the work time, which would be 20 minutes, because the work time on this is 40 minutes. So I'm just going to leave it at 15 minutes because it's so hot already in the studio. And maybe one of the reasons that my white didn't really behave was because I had a very thick line. The white was quite thick, quite opaque, so when it blew over it was very heavy and it didn't really want to move very well. So now we've only got the 5%, and hopefully that'll make a difference. Let's bring this up to my bit of clear here. And same as before, I do want to see a little bit of the sand. So if I put the white down here, I want to see a little bit of the sand before we get into the blue. The shallow water anyway. Just spread that out. So this is I don't know if I told you before, feels like hours ago, probably was, a 30 centimetre round placemat that I get from Kmart in Australia. It's black on one side. Yeah, I did show you. Black on one side. And just natural timber on this side. Not sure how much to leave on here. Just going to leave it, try and get just an even sort of coating. Resin's self-leveling, so it will just level itself. You can blend that a little bit into your clear, just so that you haven't got a stark line there. But I think that looks quite pretty. Alright, so it is, it's 3:15 now. So I'll set my alarm for 15 minutes and come back at 3:30. Get those bubbles out. This is going to be my last attempt. Maybe. This arrived while I was having my lunch. My Mixol, so yep, yes, another white. Oh my gosh, how many have I got now? Mixol, Ocean White, Amore, Cell Top, Just Resin, Eye Candy, Ocean White. What else have I got? Oh, there's another one up here. What's this one? Yeah, I've got a few. I have Bloom. I have Mass. I have Illuminate. Can you see that? And yeah, none of them. And of course I've got my Bloom. I haven't really tested my Bloom yet, but I made it for 3D blooms. I should try it actually. Put it back in the pile. I should try it see if I can get something, get a wave out of it. I didn't make it for waves, I made it for blooms, so we shall see. Alright, finish. Oh, that's stirred enough. Here comes the rain. I think we're in for a storm. I will see you in 15 minutes. Alright, it is almost 15 minutes. Now I need to bring this clear down a little bit more to my white line because I don't want to see it. Come on, down you come. Oh, it's taking its time. just put it on that little old white line there, so I don't want to see it. Okay. There we go. Just have to make sure that I cover that with my paste. Should be okay, shouldn't it? Alrighty. Now, what if I can get it to work this time? So, look, there's a bubble. So, I'm going to go, apart from having only 5% there, oh, I feel as if I'll have to shout now, it's raining. So, instead of having, because I've only got 5% in there, and I don't want it too heavy when I blow, I'm going to put a thinner line, okay? And we'll put that just on this dry area here. Like so. I don't know whether you guys can hear rain or not. It's pretty loud. I'm hoping that because I've made the white less opaque now, whether or not I need to put more of the white on or whether I still need to have the same, you know, amount. Not sure. Anyway, we'll see. We shall see. It's just a big pain having to come and do it again, isn't it? Like, again. All right, so I'm going to leave that off. I will, maybe for the second wave, I can put my little concentrator nozzle on and see if that works. So on 2 again. Probably not going to be able to blow it very far because there's not much white there. And it's pretty thick. All right, here we go. Warm it up. Push. Warm that up. Push. Making weird patterns. Okay, done. Oh gosh, there's a bit of glitter in there. I don't know how that got in there. Anyway, that'll be covered. That'll be covered by my next layer. It still looks quite opaque though. I'm going to tip. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what that is. Bit of white. I'm going to tip while I tilt. Doesn't look very promising though, does it? Alright, let's I should say tilt while I torch. Tilt while I torch. See if we can get some bigger cells happening. I don't want to burn my gloves. Okay. Move that a little bit. Just be careful not to like push it all that way too fast or too much because it's going to want to come back. It's going to self-level and want to come back and it'll make your cells all kind of scrunched up. That's not too bad. Not too bad. I'm just going to see if I can put very thin amount of white back here. I just felt that it needed something there. Just a tiny bit. Alright, and then just very lightly torch that. Got some kind of blob in here. I must have overheated a little bit of white. Sorry about my dogs. My husband's been in the garden today and I said to him, it's going to rain, you're going to have to stop. So he's probably coming inside now, making the dogs bark. Right. I can see a few little bubbles in this white. Let's torch them off. Okay, well there you go. That doesn't look too bad, does it? I mean, that looks a bit weird, but once I do my second wave, now see these ones here, see those big open cells there? That's what I'm going for. These little teensy wincy ones here that I got from torching afterwards, I don't want those. This must have still been quite thick. My white must have still been quite thick. So it's like, I didn't blow it up enough, if I can explain myself. Over here I must have thinned the white out a lot more because I've got those very big cells. And in here I mustn't have spread it as much. But if you look at a natural, real live ocean, you're going to get differences in, you know, where the foam is. You get big cells, small cells. So I guess it's okay. I shouldn't be too hard on myself, should I? But I am. All right, let's come down, bring you down. Let's have a look. So I think these are much betterer than the first ones. And I'll take them. I'll keep these. We'll just have to wait and see if the white's going to drop. A little bit early to tell yet. I'm hoping they won't. A, because my white wasn't too heavy, it was only 5%. And B, my resin was quite thick. I waited like that 15 minutes after I decanted. So it's probably more, it probably would be more like 20 minutes from when I stopped stirring. Love those! Look at that! I don't see any droppage yet. Alright, oh, that's good. I'm going to cover it with a net, make sure no flies get into it and ruin it. And I will see you for the next layer. And you can see how, you can see the sand there. So my next wave I'll start sort of up here somewhere. I keep missing this edge. I don't know what I'm going to have to aim it that way, aim my torch that way. I keep missing it. But I'll cover some of these bad bits. So yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it because I don't like that. So anyway, we'll see. All right, I'll see you for the next wave. All right, it's been a day or two. I was doing other projects, so just picked this up and moved it. And I'm going to do the next wave. So I've mixed up the Promise resin again. This time I've got 40 grams of A and 35 grams of B. And we'll just put this up here so that you can see a bit better maybe. Hello, it says hello. Right, 10 grams. Oh, 10.4. There we go. 10.08. So that is perfect. Oops, can't take that away yet. We need to put our white in. So we'll go with the Satori again and zero the scale and 5%, so 0.5. Okay, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, whoa, 0.58 already, 0.6. Okay, let's take a little bit out. I don't want it to be too heavy. I find this, just in comparison to my other pastes that I've been using, I'm finding it is quite heavy. Like it gives a good covering. I just assumed all the whites would be relatively the same, but this one does seem to be kind of more, I don't know, chalk-like. I get this really thin white layer. It could be the resin, it could be the nozzle that I'm not using, it could be a whole heap of things. Oh my gosh. When I started doing waves, I didn't realize that there was so many things that affected it or influenced a wave. Like, I just didn't know. But once you've found the resin that works with your white paste, because not all of them work well together. Some resins won't even create waves. So once you've found a combination of resin and paste that works, then you're set like a jelly. All right, that's nice thick hard coat here that Promise gives. All right, so I'm going to use some of my clear first to put down, and then I'll add my color. So we're going to definitely come down here. How's that? Basically hiding our sins. Might sort of come down a little bit there as well. Again, trying to give it a little bit more sort of interest. If we can. Okay, and a little bit more of the clear just to have a slightly thicker, whoa, spilt, slightly thicker line there. I'm not going very straight, am I? Okay. Hopefully this won't move too much. And the resin kind of stuck to the, oh, it sort of grabbed the stick and then came across when I wasn't looking. So we'll just move that, just with my baby wipe, give it a clean. I don't think it's stuck anywhere else. All right. So this is where the line is going. Oh, there's a bit there too. And you can push it back a little bit to where you want it, wherever you want it. And it's probably going to move a little bit anyway. Sometimes like to just tilt it like that, so it gives it sort of makes its own little natural flows. And I'll tip it back because I don't want it all running this way. All right, so that should be good. Now I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to deepen that color. I'm going to try just to make a little bit more of this, a little bit sort of darker, but I may need to add another color to it, just to make it a little bit different. Oh, that's feeling warm already. So that is definitely looking a bit darker. I'll put a little bit more in. If I decide to do a third wave, I will add a little bit of a different color to this to make our gradient. Color gradient. So just to remind you and me that the Promise has a 40-minute work time, 40. So ideally you would sort of want to wait half that work time for it to thicken, just so that the cells, you know, the white doesn't drop like it did last time because we didn't wait. The one I scraped anyway. This one's good. This one we waited. This one was like 15 minutes, so we'll do that again. At least 15 minutes from the time that I have decanted. And it's coming up to 10:30, so I'll set my alarm and I'll come back at 11:15. Oops, I haven't made this too opaque now. Oh gosh. Okay, so that's done. Now I'll just make sure that this light blue is touching the clear, and I will kind of blend those two together as well, so we're not seeing that definite line there. After I've spread this, these little timber boards are really good for a clock if you're wanting to make yourself a clock. I think it's a nice size. you could make a whole set of these and have them as placemats for your dinner setting. You would just have to make sure that the top coat that you use is heat resistant. Now, because each layer is sort of stepped up, as it is, it wouldn't be suitable for a placemat. But if you did want to do placemats, when you're done the whole thing, you could flood coat that whole thing and it should all just level itself out, so that you've got a nice smooth surface. Because at the moment, yeah, you can sort of feel those. Each wave is a little higher than the previous wave, so you do get that raised kind of feeling. And I'm just going to try and blend this a little bit. It's tricky to do because it's not a straight line, because my wave, you know, my clear goes up and down, so we'll just do the best I can there. Try and blend that. Alright, so I'm going to set my timer now for 15 minutes. And come back to you. And see if I can do another wave. Hopefully I don't need to scrape it again. But if I do, so be it. Easy enough to do. When you're beginning, you know, when you're learning, we scrape things. And you can go around the edge like that as well, just to sort of catch any excess. And if you wanted to, you could go underneath as well to catch any drips. I don't have any tape or glue or latex or anything underneath this, but if I was going to do one, you know, to give it as a gift or to sell, then yes, I would certainly be protecting that background. All right, see you soon. Okay, it has been 15 minutes. It's actually been a little bit over 15 minutes. A little bit. So I'm going to use my heat gun without any nozzle again. Now this time I am going to do less white. And let's see if I can see where the edge of my clear is. I think that's about where it's going. Something like that. Yep. Alright, I'll come back again just to make it a little bit thicker. Even though I say I'm not, you know, I'm going to try to use a bit less, it kind of just goes on where it wants to go on. So, oops, that's not touching the clear there. One day I am actually going to use my piping bag like I do with the 3D blooms, just to get a little bit more control. Haven't ever seen anybody else do it. I'm not sure whether or not it's a good idea, but see, the resin, the white resin's quite thick now, so when I do put it down, it is going down thicker. Like I'm getting more of it because you know, it's thicker now, so it's not going down and spreading. It's kind of going down and then staying in its little mound. Put a bit more there. I felt as if I didn't have much on the actual board. I don't know if this is touching my white here or not. I don't think so. Oh, there we go. Make sure it's touching everywhere, otherwise when you blow it, it's going to not blow smoothly and then you'll get little holes. So make sure it's touching. Wow, it's quite thick now. All right. Take a bit of that off. Okay, here we go. Just going to warm that a bit, just as my nozzle is heating up. Put something on top of my paper towels. I'm just going to heat this. until I see it starting to move a little bit, and then I'm going to blow. I'm going up and down, trying to sort of get a nice wavy pattern. And maybe I can kind of break this up a little bit. Not really. It doesn't really want to break up a bit. Okay, hopefully that's enough. I'm going to tilt it ever so slightly just to thin it out. I feel as if it's still quite thick there, you know, like that chalky, I don't know, it just feels like chalky to me. All right, I'm going to torch while I tilt just a little bit and see if I can get some nice big-ish cells. Seems to be able to take quite a lot of heat before it goes white. Oh, that's looking amazing. Now let me not ruin it. Oops. Okay, so what I want to do now is, because I have just tilted that, I am going to put a stick under there and under here on my little tubs, like that, because I think I've said to you before, as you tilt it, the resin moves, but it wants to self-level. So it's at the moment, you know, I tilted it so the cells spread. Oh God, I feel the heat coming off that. The cells spread, and if I had to drop that back down, the resin would all come down and sort of concertina, squish all those cells. So I'm going to leave it like this. The resin is really thick. I don't think it's going to be a problem of it all running down. I don't think so. Look at those waves. The only issue I get with that nozzle, I guess, is I'm not blowing it hard enough to sort of break up those little areas there. I guess I could potentially go in with another nozzle and try and break those up, but look, I'm not going to, because I will come back. Should I do a third layer? Should I do a third layer? It's looking pretty good. I wonder, let me just try, and hopefully I won't ruin anything. Where's my, just looking for my nozzle to go onto that. Oh, there it is. Oh, go away, fly. Oh, that's hot. Yes, I just burnt my glove. Yes, it's hot. Now I'm just going to see, I'll just see if I can like break up these points. So on high, it's because I don't like those little points there. Yeah, that's working nicely, you guys. Working very nicely. Alrighty, so I mean I could go on and do more, but I think that's good. What do you think? Still not the perfect cell that I'm looking for. These look more like a whitewash, and I guess it's because I'm only using 5%. But yeah, I want the bigger cells, so we're only using 5%. Paste. All right, let me get you down for a bit of a close-up, and you can see what the second wave is looking like. Hopefully it won't change too much. It looks very similar to the first wave. I have decided I really don't like putting the extra white on. I think it just looks as if I put extra white on. I think it looks better if it's just left like that. Bit more natural. So here we can see a little bit of that foam from the first layer. So it kind of looks a little bit more white along the edges, which is, you know, what sea foam does look like. It's more natural because it's whiter where the foam is, and you get that sort of thicker rolling edge. So to me, this combination of resin and white, to me it looks more like lacing than round cells. It's still pretty, but it's probably not the type of cell that I'm looking for. It's more like a lacing, open lacing, if you know what I mean. What do you think? Do you like it, or do you prefer the other sort of cell? And I guess depending on what you like will determine which products you use. But this Promise and Eye Candy Satori is making this sort of lacing cell. So let me know what you think of it. Look, I don't know if I want to come back and do another one. We'll see. We shall see. I'll take a photo. I'll say goodbye now anyway, just in case I don't come back, because I kind of want to move on to a different product. I've got this, you know, the Mixol that I want to try, so maybe I'll do a couple of waves on that. So thank you so much for watching. I will put a photo and a short video of it up at the end of this video once it has all cured. And yep, come along with me and watch me do the Mixol, and we'll see how that white works. And I'll have to use a different resin again. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right, thanks for watching. See you all again real soon for the next video. Take care. Bye for now.